I bet you didn't know about the mysterious events that unfolded on Christmas Eve, 1945. The world was still reeling from the aftermath of World War II, but there was a sense of hope and renewal in the air. America was still basking in the afterglow of victory. The streets were filled with celebrations, and the nation was ready to move forward. Yet, in the small town of Fayetteville, West Virginia, life was quieter, more subdued. The townsfolk were settling back into their routines, trying to find normalcy, but a sinister shadow was about to fall upon the Sodder family, a shadow that would change their lives forever. George and Jenny Sodder, Italian immigrants, had built a good life. They had 10 children, each one a testament to their hard work and dedication. They were living the American dream, a dream that many immigrants aspired to. Their home was filled with love, laughter, and the promise of a bright future. Little did they know, a nightmare was waiting just around the corner, one that would shatter their idyllic existence. As Christmas Eve dawned, the Sodder household was abuzz with festive cheer. The children were excited, the air was filled with the scent of holiday treats, and the tree was adorned with twinkling lights. 5 of their children, Maurice, Martha, Louis, Jenny, and Betty, were tucked into their beds, dreaming of the gifts they would find the next morning. It seemed like an ordinary night, a night like any other, filled with the warmth and comfort of family. But it wasn't. At 12:30 a.m., the phone rang, piercing the silence of the night. Jenny Sodder woke up to answer, her heart pounding with a sense of unease. Jenny Sodder woke up to answer. The voice on the other end was unfamiliar, asking for someone she didn't recognize. A strange voice on the other end asked for someone she didn't recognize. The voice then laughed, a chilling sound that sent shivers down her spine, and hung up. The voice then laughed and hung up. Jenny dismissed it as a prank call, trying to shake off the eerie feeling it left behind. Jenny dismissed it as a prank call. She went back to sleep, hoping to find peace in the comfort of her bed. She went back to sleep. But at 1 a.m., Jenny woke up again, this time to a different, more alarming sensation. At 1 a.m., Jenny woke up again, this time to the smell of smoke. Panic surged through her as she realized the danger they were in, this time to the smell of smoke. The house was on fire, and there was no time to lose. The house was on fire. Flames were spreading rapidly, consuming everything in their path. George and Jenny rushed to rescue their children. They managed to save 4, but the fire was relentless. They managed to save 4, but 5 of their children were missing, lost in the chaos and smoke. But 5 of their children were missing. The fire had engulfed the house quickly, leaving behind only ashes and despair. The fire had engulfed the house quickly, leaving behind only ashes and despair. The Sodder family's lives were forever changed, haunted by the mystery of that fateful night. The fire department arrived at the Sodder home hours later. It seemed impossible. 5 children gone. The fire, while intense, shouldn't have been fatal so quickly. The Sodder family clung to hope. Maybe their children had escaped. Maybe they were lost and scared. But as days turned into weeks, their hope began to dwindle. There was no sign of the missing children, not a single trace. The authorities conducted a search. They scoured the woods near the Sodder home. They dragged the nearby river. They even investigated rumors that the children had been spotted in a nearby town. But every lead ran cold. The disappearance of the Sodder children was as baffling as it was heartbreaking. It left everyone wondering how 5 children could simply vanish. The more the Sodder family investigated, the more they realized how deep the mystery ran. The more questions they uncovered, the more they felt the weight of the unknown pressing down on them. The phone call Jenny received on that fateful night. It felt deliberate, sinister. The voice on the other end was unfamiliar, yet it seemed to know too much. The caller knew some of their names, and the laughter that followed was chilling, echoing in Jenny's mind long after the call ended. Why call and then laugh? The ladder. It was always there, a constant presence. George Sodder always kept a ladder propped against the house. It was his tool for odd jobs, a symbol of his diligence and care for his family. He used it for odd jobs, ensuring everything was in order, always prepared for any task. But on the night of the fire, the ladder was gone, vanished. It was as if it had been plucked from its usual spot by unseen hands. Had someone intentionally removed it to hinder their escape? The thought was terrifying, suggesting a premeditated act. Witnesses came forward claiming to have seen the missing children. Their accounts were varied but consistent in their eerie details. Some reported seeing them in a car on the night of the fire, their faces pressed against the windows, looking out into the darkness. Others claimed to have served them breakfast the next morning, miles away. The children seemed calm, unaware of the chaos they had left behind. These sightings, though never confirmed, added another layer of mystery. Each new piece of information was like a puzzle piece that didn't quite fit. They fueled the Sodder family's belief that their children were alive, that somewhere, somehow, they were out there, waiting to be found, that they had been taken. The whispers and shadows of that night continued to haunt them, driving their relentless search for the truth. Section 4. A Family's Agony, a Nation's Enigma. The official investigation was inconclusive. The fire department initially attributed the fire to faulty wiring, but for the Sodder family, too many things didn't add up. The missing ladder, the strange phone call, the witness sightings. They believed the fire was deliberately set. They accused the authorities of a cover-up, but their pleas for a more thorough investigation fell on deaf ears. The Sodder family refused to give up. They spent their life savings on private investigators. They erected billboards along highways, displaying the faces of their missing children. Their story, a tragic blend of hope and despair, captivated the nation. Section 5. The Mafia Connection. Over the years, numerous theories have emerged, attempting to explain the disappearance of the Sodder children. One of the most persistent theories points to the involvement of the Sicilian Mafia. George Sodder, outspoken in his criticism of Mussolini, had allegedly received threats from local mobsters. Could they have been involved? Some believe the children were kidnapped as a revenge tactic. Others speculate that the fire was a diversion, a way to cover up their tracks. While no concrete evidence has ever linked the Mafia to the children's disappearance, the theory remains a chilling possibility. It highlights the dark underbelly of a seemingly peaceful town. Section 6. Lingering Questions, Unanswered Prayers. Despite numerous investigations and countless leads, the case of the Sodder children remains unsolved. The mystery continues to haunt the town of Fayetteville and intrigue the world. Was it a tragic accident or a sinister act? Were the children victims of a tragic fire, or were they spirited away in the dead of night? The lack of answers has only fueled more questions, turning the case into a breeding ground for conspiracy theories. Some believe the children were sold into a life of anonymity. Others claim they escaped the fire and lived out their lives under assumed identities. Section 7. A Legacy of Loss. The disappearance of the Sodder children left an indelible mark on their family. It was a night that should have been filled with joy and celebration, but instead it became a night of unimaginable tragedy and loss. George and Jenny Sodder, forever haunted by the loss of their children, dedicated their lives to finding answers. They were relentless in their pursuit, driven by a love that refused to fade. Every lead, every rumor, every whisper of hope was followed with unwavering determination. They never stopped searching, hoping against hope that one day their children would return home. Their home became a shrine to their missing children, filled with photographs, mementos, and the lingering hope that they would one day walk through the door. The remaining Sodder children grew up under the shadow of that fateful Christmas Eve, their childhoods forever scarred by the loss of their siblings. They carried the weight of their parents' grief and the unanswered questions that haunted their family. The case serves as a stark reminder of the capricious nature of fate, of how quickly joy can turn to sorrow. It is a story that has been passed down through generations, a cautionary tale of how fragile happiness can be. The mystery of the Sodder children, much like the embers of that Christmas Eve fire, refuses to be extinguished. The questions remain, burning as brightly as ever in the hearts of those who remember. It remains a haunting enigma, a chilling testament to the enduring power of hope and the devastating pain of unanswered questions. The Sodder family's relentless quest for the truth is a poignant reminder of the lengths to which love will go. The Sodder children may be gone, but their story lives on. It is a story that continues to captivate and haunt, a story that refuses to be forgotten. It serves as a chilling reminder that even in the safety of our homes, darkness can lurk, and some mysteries may never be solved. The legacy of the Sodder children is a testament to the enduring power of love, hope, and the human spirit's resilience in the face of unimaginable loss. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel for more intriguing mysteries.